Today, it's time to get schooled. And speaking of today, did you know that on this day, April 21st, 1509, Henry VIII assumed the British throne? He would serve until his death in 1547. Although most often overshadowed by the story of his 6 wives, Henry VIII was a king's king. Portraits show him ornately dressed, powerful in stature, magnetic. He was a Renaissance man, a musician, a poet, and an athlete. Interested in theology, he earned the title Defender of the Faith by opposing Luther's heresy, and then he split from the Catholic Church. Henry was loyal to his friends, but nasty and cruel to his enemies. From a recent Catholic historian, Henry was aggressive, bitter, revengeful, bloodthirsty, obstinate, violent, and at the end, thoroughly bad. Shakespeare wrote Henry was pricked by conscience. Perhaps Henry's own words should suffice. Even if his holiness should do his worst by excommunicating me and so forth, I shall not mind it, for I care not a fig for all his excommunications. Let him follow his own at Rome. I will do here what I think best. What seems to be the powerful lesson of this little tale is that private picadillos, scandalous love affairs, and the like have always distracted and disturbed our attentions. We know everything about Henry VIII's wives, but what do we remember about Henry's reign as king? Nixon resigned due to Watergate, but what of his presidency? Can we chew gum and study history at the same time? When listening to historical voices, we might need to go back and use an 8-track player. We should not sugarcoat our heroes. On the other hand, however, we need to recognize nuance. We need to look at the bigger picture. If not, we miss the whole story. Take Nixon, for example. Watergate was regrettable, and Nixon was in fact crooked. But he also opened up China, cooled Cold War tensions by visiting Russia, signed the Clean Air and Water Act into law, initiated early affirmative action programs, and oversaw a dramatic integration of Southern schools. Kind of wishing we still had a president like that to kick around. Psst, it's PROLOG with MR.REVIEW. It's a podcast that is actively digging tons of earth to find an ounce of gold, striving for a more perfect union.